Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Tim Edge and I'm a rodeo fan just like you. I'm also the voice of the Maple Leaf Finals at Canadian Western Agribition. Normally, we'd be getting ready for one of the biggest, best, and most entertaining rodeos in Canada. However, like everything else these days, COVID-19 got in the way. But there's still a lot to celebrate in rodeo, so we're bringing you a brand new series of videos about the sport, the Maple Leaf Finals, Agribition, and the people who make it all work. We're going to have interviews with contestants, volunteers, officials, and many others because we think it's time that the sport we'd love was in the spotlight once again. We all know rodeo wouldn't work without the sponsors as well, so a special thank you to MNP for presenting this series and for all the individual show sponsors you'll see each week. Be sure to watch your social media feed every Sunday for a new episode, and you'll be able to rewatch everything you see here at agribition.com. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited. Let's get going. The heart of rodeos everywhere are the volunteers who sacrifice their own time to pull off the best events possible. In the case of Agribition's Maple Leaf Finals, it takes dozens of volunteers all pulling in the same direction. Marty Craddockville is on the executive board of directors at Agribition, the chair of the rodeo committee, and Walt Lockey is a volunteer on the rodeo committee and no stranger to rodeos across Canada and the US. Thanks for joining me here in the studio today, guys. We do appreciate it. Now, Marty, could you give us an overview of the concept of the finals and a little insight on what makes the Maple Leaf Finals so special?
Well, we at Agribition, we host a Maple Leaf Circuit Finals, which is a Canadian PRCA Finals, which in that way the contestants can go to the Dodge Ram Finals down in the States. It's really great because everybody wants to go down to the big finals, so we got the best of the best around.
Could you tell us about the volunteer community? How many hours does a volunteer put forth, and what kind of duties they perform, and what keeps them coming back year after year?
Well, the actual rodeo committee is just great to work with. Well, they've been together since the start. We've don't have that many new people, and we've had them together for over 12 years. So it's just a really good community.
Yeah, and we get there in a lot of times on Sunday, Monday, and like checking the ground, making sure the facility's all ready, and we're there all week. A lot of times even early in the morning to make sure the ground is ready for the rodeo and to make sure that it's all right up, safety level is high and ready to compete. And we're there till the stock's loaded out at night. And there's a lot of behind the scenes, behind the 2 hours that the rodeo performs that we spend, and then not counting the committee meetings that we take during the year and to plan and to have everything ready for the show.
That's just it. There's a lot of behind the scenes things going on. That's what we're trying to shed some light on through this video series. And could you maybe just shine a little light on how one becomes a volunteer for Agribition or for the rodeo committee in general?
Well, that's pretty easy. You just want to be around, so you're going to ask at the office and see what you're interested in. There's so many different parts of Agribition that you can fit in somewhere.
Excellent, thank you. Now, Walt, could you comment on the quality of the competition and the quality of the production at the Maple Leaf Finals, and maybe expand a little bit on Marty's comment about how this is a PRCA Circuit Finals?
Well, the contestant level is very good here because to qualify onto the Dodge National Circuit Finals out of Canada, you have to come through our finals. And so these guys that are here are some of them are past PRCA or like NFR contestants or maybe future NFR contestants. So they're like top in Canada. And the production wise, like the other rodeos that I'm involved in the States and stuff, is like this is second to none. There's always 2 or 3 people that can do every job, and if we have any kind of a hiccup, we can always rely on somebody to step in and to fill the void and to make sure the show goes on without any hiccups.
And in this year, the Ram Circuit Finals just concluded in Colorado, and several of the competitors that made it down there through the Maple Leaf Finals here at Agribition did very well and brought quite a bit of money home. So we'd like to send a great big congratulations to those guys. And let's go back to Marty now. And how has the cancellation in totality of Agribition affected your community of volunteers, and how do you think it's affected the agricultural community here in general?
Well, to Saskatchewan and Regina, it's a big disappointment. It was a big part of agriculture in Saskatchewan. the volunteers are excited for next year's Agribition and are working hard for it.
Excellent. Well, with rodeo in general, and considering your extensive experience in high school rodeo, how can we keep our spirits up and how can we keep looking ahead and forging on through all the adversity that we faced?
Well, we've talked to a lot of the kids, and the big thing that I keep focusing on is that this will be over eventually, and that we want to keep practicing and try to push ourselves so that we'll be ready to compete when this is over, and that we can go on back to a normal way of life, and that we'll be able to go to the shows and compete with the other places in the United States and Canada that we can compete against the high school level anyway.
Excellent. Well, I know next year there's big plans afoot. We have a large anniversary. Marty, would you let us know a little bit about that?
Well, it's going to be our 50th anniversary, and there's extra things that are being planned. So just stay watching for them, and you'll really see some good stuff.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys.
All new looks, all new brains, and an all-new available 12-inch touchscreen. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150.
Of course, the best part of rodeo is the action on the dirt. Let's have a look back at one of the best rides from the Maple Leaf Finals in the Rodeo Re-Ride presented by Ford. Involved in Agribition, and why is MNP involved in the rodeo in particular?
I think being the premier farm show in Canada, Agribition brings together thousands of people across Canada and the world, and it really showcases lots of different subsectors of agriculture, which fits well with MNP, being that we're so involved in ag right into every level and subsector. And the rodeo, I think just because there's a large crowd of fans that want to come and enjoy the rodeo, and we like to be a part of that night.
Well, that's it for our first episode of Maple Leaf Finals Rodeo TV presented by MNP. You can watch this episode anytime you want at agribition.com. Next Sunday, we'll hear from some of the biggest stars in pro rodeo. You won't want to miss it.